Include the usual shilling, like, comment, subscribe. And let's get into the meat of this. We have spoilers for the Arks of Omen Lion. Yes, the story of the lion. We're finally getting more into it. And here's what we know so far. Again, take everything with a grain of salt because it comes from 4chan, so, you know. But as I always say, be skeptical of these things. Spoilers, leaks, everything. So let's begin. Vashtor sets a trap. The Dark Angels walk right into it, just like their Primarch. But the Blood Angels are also there and engage Abaddon in a space battle. That sounds pretty cool. As a Blood Angel fan, I like that. Unfortunately, most of them are going to be Primaris, so screw that. The Lion shows up and distracts Angron from the main fight. Good guy Lion. Good guy Angron as well. Vashtor activates the key, a warp charge device made from fragments of Caliban. Interesting, so the planet dying did have a point, it seems. Purpose of the key is to forcefully remodel the webway and blow out every webway portal with a huge amount of energy directed at the webway gate on Terra, destroying the Imperial Palace from inside and crippling the Imperium forever. Also, fun note, stopping the Astronomicon and basically plunging the Imperium into the dark age of into the age of strife. I was about to say the dark age of technology, but that's way past now. Plummeting them into the age of strife, which is not good, especially without the light of the Astronomicon or the Emperor to protect them. Boy, a bunch of random Eldar, I like this, show up and tell Azrael they have to work together because my webway. Makes sense, they are attached to the webways. Though it says random Eldar, so I'm just gonna suppose it's like Craft World Eldars, not really Dark Eldars or Harlequins. You'll see that I'm correct with this a little further on. Lion kills Angron, then disappears. Makes sense, the Chaos had been winning for some time now. They always have the main advantage, only to get throttled, defeated in the end. You know? Not always, but sometimes it happens. How good this is up to you. Abaddon sees the situation, rapidly declining and leaves. Nice, just like he did on Terra. Vashtor goes berserk and gets beaten by Azrael. Remember this? Vashtor, who is like a semi god of chaos. I was about to say prince of chaos, but sure. Semi-god of chaos, demigod of chaos, whatever, gets beaten by Azrael. Not even the lion himself, but Azrael. Which I think is nice. It's really good character development for him. Evolving. His character is evolving in a pretty good way. What else do we have? Dark Angels shut off the key and destroy it. Because they won, of course. Azrael declares that the Eldar have seen too much. Orders the Dark Angels to massacre them all after taking their Farseer prisoner for interrogation. Now this is the point that I'm talking about, where it's Craft World Eldars, not Harlequins, not Dark Eldar. It could also be those Enid ones, the ones that have the whole God of Death to defeat Slanesh thing going on for them. Could also be that, but I think it's just going to be pretty regular Eldar Craft World at that. Which is quite funny because they haven't really gotten their spot in the sunshine. They didn't get their sunshine in a long while, in fact. That needs to be worked on. Dante shows up and voices dissent, but doesn't intervene. Good boy Dante. Everyone goes home, except the Eldar, of course. Once again, proving that if the claims that the lion is autistic, well, it's genetic to his sons. Cuts to Lion talking to his watchers, asking them to take him to Gulliman. So the confrontation between the Lion and Gulliman is getting closer. It's really interesting how they're building up. And especially it's an interesting thing seeing how different they were during the Imperium Secundus and how they interacted with each other. It is a little bit hard to say how will the Lion react to this and what he will do to Gulliman. Though most people expect to have a normal, friendly conversation where the lion feels bad for everything because he messed up on a bunch of stuff, missed out a lot. To tell them that, well, there's only one living Primarch that we know of, and the rest are kind of gone into the warp or dead. It's not really that good. Still, it's interesting how they'll build it up. Some people speculate that the lion will come with an iron fist and basically declare a sort of civil war, but it doesn't seem to go the civil war aspect. Another thing that I really like is the inclusion of the Watchers. Those tiny little guys that always carry the swords and the helmets for the Dark Angels, I always love them. They just seem so funny and cute to me. But nevertheless, their inclusion into this and how this post refers to them as his Watchers is interesting because it implies something much more deeper and profound with the Watchers, something that has been speculated upon quite a lot, even touched upon in the fan fiction The Robutian Heresy, where the Watchers are this like ancient race with ancient knowledge and technology, and they give it to Luther to defeat the Demon Prince Lionel Johnson. Still, nevertheless, it is quite interesting to see this, to see the Watchers play at least a tiny bit of a role in the story overall. Again, note that these are spoilers and leaks apparently, so take it with a grain of salt, but things are looking to be evolving into an interesting manner. Again, I can't wait for the reunion of the Lion and Gulliman himself, which I expect it to also be pretty good. I expect it to be very good, in fact. But there's also some things icky here. I like that Dante shows dissent to his Dark Angel cousins, but really doesn't do anything. Because at the end of the day, it's just Xenos. No, I don't really care that much about Xenos, and you wouldn't either. Unless you're a Xenos player. It's nice to have the Blood Angels in this. They've been mentioned, if I am correct, in the Abaddon one. Yeah. And it's nice to see them play a part in this, especially with the new model of Dante, which kind of showcased and hinted at there being more to the Blood Angels than seemed at first. That they will play a part in this story. And the fact that the Blood Angels defeat Horus in a space battle, well... Horus, excuse me. Abaddon in a space battle, that's pretty nice. And fitting for what they did to Sanguinius all those years ago, or what Horus did to him. So before we end, let's go through them again. Havashur sets a trap, Dark Angels walk right into it, but the Blood Angels are also there and engage Abaddon in a space battle. Lion shows up and distracts Angron from the main fight. Vashtor activates the key, a warp charge device made from fragments of Caliban. The purpose of the key is to forcefully remodel the webway and blow out every webway portal with a huge amount of energy directed at the webway gate on Terra, destroying the Imperial Palace from inside and crippling the Imperium forever. A bunch of Eldar show up and tell Azrael they have to work together because my webway. Lion kills Angron, then disappears. Abaddon sees the situation rapidly declining and leaves. Vashtor goes berserk and gets beaten by Azrael. Dark Angels shut off the key and destroy it. Azrael declares that the Eldar have seen too much, orders the Dark Angels to massacre them all after taking their Farseer prisoner for interrogation. Dante shows up and voices dissent, but doesn't intervene. Everyone goes home except the Eldar. Cuts to Lion talking to his Watchers, asking them to take him to Gulliman. I also have this theory, now that we've gone through this again, I also have this theory that the Lion might just play the part of a hedge knight in the Imperium. A wandering knight, that goes from place to place to help fight for the Imperium and all that, which would be kind of cool, and especially if I doubt they'll make him possible to be used in every Imperial army, because... we already have Gulliman. But nevertheless, it's still pretty interesting, and that's my opinion. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.